Alright, hey guys, Luke99 here, coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm just going to apologize in advance for not having too many videos out, as of late, and, I know I said that I was going to get a bunch of videos out during the summertime. However, since I've been so busy ever since summer has arrived, I haven't really found time to, but I will try to get more videos out. Maybe I'll cut back on the gaming videos a bit and do more videos like this, like Raw, Smackdown, Main Event, Superstars, NXT, Impact reviews, pay-per-views, and then I'm trying to watch every pay-per-view on the WWE Network right now. I've made it to WrestleMania 4, so I might start doing reviews, starting with WrestleMania 4 and moving on. So that's just a little bit of an update, but let's get started with today's video, because I did attend the Smackdown event live, and since it aired yesterday, I figured I would put out a video of my personal review on it. This is the main event and the Smackdown taping, and then the two dark matches. Of course, it was at the Console Energy Center in Pittsburgh. I attended the event with my uncle and my friend. So we first got there, and the dark match before the show started was Adam Rose versus Heath Slater. I know a lot of people aren't fans of Adam Rose, but I personally enjoy him myself. I think he's a really good wrestler, and I don't mind his character that much. And Slater I also really enjoy as well, so I was kind of torn between these two competitors in this match, but it was actually a pretty entertaining match. Slater hit a nice clothesline on the outside, and Rose pulled out a couple of high-flying moves, like a crossbody and a Hurricane Rana off the top rope. And he ended up winning with the party foul for the 1-2-3, and it was a pretty good match to start off the show. So, then after that they started going into the main event taping, and they started off the main event show with Dolph Ziggler cutting a promo on top of a ladder about how he was going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase on Sunday for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, of how winning it before was one of the greatest moments of his career, if not the greatest, of how we helped him win that match, and Raw after WrestleMania 29 was such a special moment. And then after that, we got the match, which was kind of weird, because main event lately has been the promo at the beginning, hyping up the match, and then the match is at the end. But they went back to their original roots for tonight's show, and it was pretty good, the match. It was Rob Van Dam, Dolph Ziggler, and Kofi Kingston versus Swagger, Swagger, Rollins, and Barrett. And basically Barrett, the faces started off with pretty strong. Each of them hit a couple of their signature maneuvers, and then Rob Van Dam started getting the crap beat out of him by the heels. This happened for most of the matchup. Hot tag to Kofi. Kofi was on a roll, went for Trouble in Paradise, missed. Everyone came in. Rollins ended up hitting the curb stomp on Kofi, and that was it for the 1-2-3. I actually really enjoyed this match. It was pretty awesome to attend to. This was my first time seeing RVD live, and I've seen all the other ones before. But it was a really good matchup. It showcased everyone pretty well, especially Kofi. Kofi had a couple nice moves in there. Rollins has been looking strong ever since he broke up with the Shield. Barrett is kind of on some momentum streak. A lot of people say he lost a lot of momentum later on in the show. We'll get to that later. Swagger, I don't think anyone thinks he's going to win that match. But let's just get on to the next part of where Fandango was making out with Layla. And Fandango comes out for his match against Bo Dallas. Now, this is one of the highlights of the night, in my personal opinion. I love the Bo Dallas character, and I actually like Fandango as well. And I like the storyline that they're having. The love stuff is kind of cheesy, but it's still a pretty good storyline, and I'm glad they're giving divas like Summer Rae and Layla some time, and Fandango's getting some airtime being in the middle of it, and it's just some good sports entertainment, I guess you could say. And the match really never gets started because there's another cat fight between Summer Rae and Layla. By the way, that match is announced with Fandango as a special guest referee at Money in the Bank. And that was really it. And then Bo hits the Bo Dog, and he cuts a pretty funny promo. Obviously, one of the highlights of the night for me. And after that, they showed that Daniel Bryan is going to be on the pre-show for a Q&A session on the Money in the Bank pre-show. Should be decent, but I kind of would have liked the match. I heard a rumor that they're having a match and the interview, so I'm not sure about that. But let's move on to the next segment, which was Xavier Woods and R-Truth, who came out rapping like usual, versus Ryback. And this was actually a decent match. I like Xavier Woods. I wish he had more airtime, and I wish he wasn't paired up with Truth, because I feel like that's holding him back. I feel like he could be gunning for the Intercontinental Championship, possibly, or I don't know, maybe if he is actually built up with Truth, they could be a contender for the tag team titles if the Wyatt family wins it, but I highly doubt that will actually happen. But Xavier and Truth do make a decent team. I like their moves. There's a double team move of where, like, they made the blind tag and Xavier hit a high cross body out of nowhere while Truth came from behind. It was a really cool move. Ryback had a nice shoulder switch power slam. That was really cool. And just your decent tag match, like a basic tag match, is what I was trying to say. And it ended up being pretty decent. Ryback still picked up the victory with the shell shock, I think. Maybe it was the meat hook, I have no idea. Oh, it was actually the Hangman's Face Buster, because Ryback came in, True Tread and Ryback, and then Curtis Axel hit the Hangman's Face Buster as Xavier Woods got run outside the ring by Ryback. Like I said, decent match, and Ryback still cut a promo after, and they basically challenged Cody Rhodes and, Stardust and Goldust to a match at Money in the Bank. And the segment of where Stardust and Goldust accept the challenge was not aired on the when I was there for the taping, but they accepted it on Smackdown because I watched the show to see if I was on it, which I was for a split second. And that was basically it for main event, because the last thing was Roman Reigns cutting a promo of how he was going to win the championship ladder match. This actually kind of dragged on for me. Everyone says Roman Reigns is ready for the championship, and I personally believe he's not ready. I don't think he can hold a singles match. I think his moveset needs expanded a little bit more, and his promos need some work as well. But he has the look and he has the charisma. He just needs to improve his in-ring work, which I know is kind of crazy for some of you to say, but I believe Rollins and Ambrose carried him through the Shield. He's still really good, but he isn't championship. He's championship material. He just isn't ready yet. And then Triple H says that he's going to face Kane on SmackDown, and Kane comes out. They have a little brawl, and Roman Reigns stands tall. That basically ended the main event taping, and then the second dark match came on, which was the Ascension from NXT, which is awesome because I love the Ascension. Even though a lot of people don't like them and they say they have the same match every time, I still find their characters entertaining, and I find them entertaining. And they actually faced against Goldust and Stardust, and this was a potential match of the night, in my personal opinion. There were a lot of cool spots in this. Goldust and Stardust started off with their typical offense, and then Stardust ended up getting beat down by the Ascension. There were a couple false hot tags, which was really cool, and Stardust ended up making the tag to Goldust. Then Goldust was like a house on fire, came in, took down the Ascension. He hit that one move, it's where, like, it was a sunset flip, but, like, you, like, flip the other guy, too, like, in midair. It was really cool. And, Stardust hits the apron elbow, like, the springboard elbow, springboard bionic elbow, and Goldust ended up hitting the final cut on Victor, I believe, or maybe it was Connor, I can't remember, but anyways, Goldust and Stardust won the match, and it was a really good match. I really enjoyed that. So the Smackdown taping starts, and the Authority, well, just Triple H and Triple H, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins got the promo of how they were going to come out on top at Money in the Bank. Orton was going to win the title, and Seth Rollins was going to win the briefcase. And then there was a little bit of dissension between Orton and Rollins. Overall, pretty good promo. I enjoyed it. And you can actually hear me during the promo. I say you suck. But you can barely hear me, so I wouldn't go out looking for it if you even were trying to. And then Triple H announces the match that is on next, Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose. Then Barrett cut a promo on how crappy Pittsburgh was, which he got GP'd. By the way, the two most, like, hated superstars there were Rollins and Rusev, but I'll get to Rusev later. Overall, I actually enjoyed this match quite a bit. It was a little bit slow during the middle, when it went to commercial break. Barrett, like, got a lot of rest holds in, and Ambrose ended up coming back with his awesome clothesline, Dirty Deeds, and he won the match. Like I said, pretty good match, and then there was a little bit of ladder action after. Oh, I forgot to say, after the main event match, there was a lot of ladder action, which was really cool, and Barrett stood out tall. That was very entertaining. And so after this, Ambrose hit a suicide dive on Swagger, because Swagger separated Barrett's shoulder. And that's really about it that happened. As Ambrose stood tall, and then Rollins attacked him from behind. Then Rollins stood tall. So I'm really excited for the Money in the Bank briefcase match. Up next was Paige versus Cameron, which was probably one of the worst matches of the night. I love Paige, and I love Naomi, but I'm just not that excited for their Divas Championship match. I just don't like this whole Cameron turn, and I don't know, it's just, I'm glad they're giving the Divas a feud, but it's just not entertaining to me, and the match was nothing, and I didn't hear the commentary from Naomi, but considering of how she's decent on the mic, it probably wasn't anything spectacular, but I could be wrong. After that was of where they showed a video for the kid, the Make-A-Wish kid Connor, of how he passed away recently, and it showed like a tribute video. It was very touching. He got a standing ovation for his family, and my condolences go out to the family. It was a really nice segment to be a part of. And after that, it was probably, in my opinion, match of the night, as we go to a lighter note now. Sheamus versus Bray Wyatt. This match was just absolutely incredible. It was hard-hitting, it was, like, brutal, and it was just very physical. I really enjoyed it. Like, Sheamus had a couple hard falls of where he, like, fell off the top and his head bounced off the apron. It was just a very good match, and Sheamus had the Texas Cloverleaf locked in, and the Wyatt family ended up causing the DQ, so Sheamus won by DQ, and the Usos and Sheamus clear out the Wyatt family, which shows Sheamus and the Usos standing tall. And then the Usos ended up cutting a promo later on. Oh, by the way, the Bray Wyatt promo was very, very good. And Bray Wyatt's entrance was also must-see. It was just crazy of how many flashlights there were. But overall, I really enjoyed this match. Like I said, match of the night in my personal opinion. After that was when Goldust and Stardust responded to Ryback, so I already talked about that. Ziggler and RVD versus Cesaro and Del Rio. This was another very good match. RVD started off strong, and then Ziggler came in. Ziggler got decimated by Cesaro and Del Rio, and then RVD got the hot tag, came in, and ended up going for the frog splash. Del Rio lifted up the knees, and then hit the cross arm breaker for the win. And then Cesaro hit a neutralizer on Del Rio. And like a couple of highlights from this match, Ziggler applied the sleeper hold to Cesaro. Was really cool. He like spun around and like locked it on. It was really cool. And just the frog splash, I thought he had it, and then Del Rio lifted up the knees. Del Rio super kick. It was just a very good match. Oh, the uppercut as well. A very good match. And kind of just got pumped. Kind of got the crowd pumped up for Money in the Bank even more. Up next, which was Rusev versus Sin Cara, of where Lana cut a promo, or maybe she did it after, but it was Rusev versus Sin Cara, typical Rusev match, and then Lana cut the promo, and then Big E cut the promo, and then it was just crazy, the confrontation between those two, and I really hope they have a rematch, because I enjoyed their match at Payback, so I hope they face off again at Money in the Bank, but who knows. And then the main event was Roman Reigns versus Kane. This kind of left, I don't know, I wish there was a better main event. I love Kane and I love Roman Reigns, and the match was good, and, well, first I wish they'd break the announce table, but I kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. And I just hated how it ended on a DQ for the main event. Orton cost Reigns the match, and then Orton grabs the titles, and then Roman Reigns spears him, and then he takes out Kane. It was just, I don't know, I wanted to see something more. I wanted to see a payoff here or something. I just didn't want to see a spear after the match after the DQ. Why should I care? That Roman Reigns stands tall. It's basically going to say he's not going to win on Sunday. And there was no dark match, which was advertised, which kind of made me mad. It was supposed to be Rollins, Ambrose, and, well, I'm sorry, Ambrose and Reigns and RVD versus Orton, Wyatt, and Rollins, which I really wanted to see, so I was kind of disappointed by that. But overall, I really enjoyed the show. And now I think we're going to do some Money in the Bank predictions. First off, I think the Q&A is just gonna, well, here, let me finish off with the Smackdown review. Overall, I just enjoyed the show. It was a very entertaining wrestling event to go to. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the next one, because it's just a holiday tour, which is a live event. It's not going to be televised, so I might not go to it, but I might just buy cheap tickets, so I'm not sure yet. But overall, I really enjoyed the event. I just would have liked to see more from the main event, and saw the dark match, but I don't know, I guess you get what you get. But let's move on to Money in the Bank predictions now. So the Q&A, I don't think anything significant is going to happen. Now let's go into the undercard. If Big E versus Rusev does happen, I'm not sure if it's been confirmed or not. I think Rusev is going to win. Naomi versus Paige, I think Paige is going to win. And Cameron is going to cost Naomi the belt. Ryback versus Stardust and Goldust. Stardust and Goldust. Is that really it? Oh, I think Summer Rae is going to win versus Layla. Actually, no, I'm going to go with Layla for that one. I think Fandango is going to favor Layla, and that'll officially turn Summer Rae face for Total Divas Season 3. Is that really it? I don't think there's any more title matches. Yeah, yeah, I think that, oh, the tag team championships, I think the Wyatt family is going to walk home with that. The briefcase match, I'm going to go with, alright, not Swagger, not Kofi. Probably not RVD. Let's see, Ambrose and Rollins, I think, might cancel each other out. I'm going to have to go with Ziggler. I'm going to go with Ziggler, actually. I'm rooting for him, and that's going to be my prediction. The main event, the championship match. This one's a toughie. Del Rio, I don't think is going to win it. I don't think Sheamus is going to win it. I don't think Bray is going to win it, unfortunately. I don't think Reigns is going to win it. I doubt Kane's going to win it. I think I'm going to have to go with Cena or Orton, which I really don't want to go with either of them. But I'm going to say Cena's going to walk home with the belt. I'm going to say Cena, as much as I hate to say it. I like Cena and all, but I'm just sick of him being the champion. Jesus. But, so that's going to be it for this review, guys. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'm hoping to do more of these, but I'm not exactly sure, so guess we'll see you guys later. Bye!